reported here with the evening news. Tonight's main headlines: business. Twitter. Twitter's former head of security, Peter Sacco, has told US lawmakers the firm is misleading the public on how secure the platform is. So, I read this story today, which is really quite interesting because today I released a article based on resilience where I do cover in part some of the warnings from the MI5 and FBI on the threat of China in terms of data. It's a real threat. It says here that this is from Twitter, BBC News report this. The firm is misleading the public on how secure the platform is. And that is quite alarming. He claimed that Twitter was a decade behind security standards, that user data is not sufficiently protected, and that too many staff have access to it. So the staff themselves in Twitter use personal data, which is pretty alarming. We know recently from Elon Musk, there was a court case going to be due starting in October in terms of the fight back against the offer to buy it or not. Alarming, really. I myself have done some small minor research into Twitter as in the platform and other platforms, and I can see some security risks myself, but we have to leave it to the experts. Having said that, as BBC News also report, it is a national security risk. Employees have access to personal information. Is that good? And if they can have access to it, reference the report or the article I released today. How easy would it be for the Chinese to get hold of that data? Reference the McKinsey report that was released recently. We know that the Chinese and reference MI5 and FBI reported that they are looking at companies, taking data intelligence, and they are using it to their own will. It is a security threat. It is real. And it is a shame to see that a social media platform like Twitter is allowing that to happen. Let's hope for a better future for Twitter. Moving on to mental health news services. This is a story today, which I found really quite interesting. How daytime eating benefits the mental health of shift workers. Now, I'll give you some statistics first of all. Early news today, 25 to 40% higher on shift workers. So this small study looks at eating patterns from shift workers who eat more during the night, which actually can cause, it's not been concluded yet, some indication of high levels of depression. And I'll read it out to you. They found that daytime eating only, as opposed to daytime and nighttime eating, could significantly improve mood among night workers. However, they note that further studies are needed to confirm their results. I myself don't work shift workers. I mean, you at home, you might be doing shift work, and I know that sleeping patterns are erratic in terms of night shift and day shift. We eat differently, so I do feel there is validation in this evidence as founded by the medical news today. Moving on to education news. Good news at last. This is for Wales. Universal free school meals begin in Wales for youngest children. Young children have started to receive universal free school meals this week. Reception pupils aged between 4 and 5 are being offered free meals from this month as part of the phased rollout to all primary school children. I think it's excellent news, and we know, as I reported recently about education, sadly this is not happening in the UK, it's only in Wales at the moment, rolling this out, as well as Scotland. Education is on its knees, and we have the cost of living crisis. Children are, food poverty is real. So I think the Welsh government here have done tremendously, really well to do this, to achieve this. Now, it is noted, and this is reported by BBC News, that it will get more difficult to sustain this programme long term. Um, in terms of how that will look, I'm not sure. We could speculate and say that is food going to be hard to get? This recession is not going to be over in 5 minutes, as I keep saying to people. But it's good news to see that some of our young children going into the future are going to be fed free meals in schools. I think it's the Manchester United player have done Ashford have done he's done a tremendous amount trying to champion this. So far, we're not there yet in terms of the UK giving free meals to everybody. As far as I know, if you've got any information on that, please drop something in the comments. And on that note, one mum did say a means-tested program for free meals is far better. Now, what this mum is getting at is the fact that these free meals are being rolled out to all these ages of children, 4 to 5. Now, that means that people on a higher level of income will actually get that as well. So the argument is, okay, you're giving out food to everybody, but some of them can already afford it. So why not spread that money further? Which I can understand, but it is the duty of the Welsh Government and working with the schools, I guess, to work through that. However, I still think it's really good news. Okay, and last but not least, NFL Football League, which starts on Thursday. Those of you who are big fans of NFL, I'll try to get this name correct. Hagar Nabusi, from watching American football on YouTube to the NFL. So this chap here from Nigeria, who's actually gone on to the Arizona Cardinals, he joined them for a while. You know, he's from Nigeria and basically watched YouTube. He liked the NFL. It's scouted. As reported by BBC Sport, sadly got let go 4 months later. But you know, it's truly remarkable. I think the story of somebody that's grown up in a country where American football, NFL league is not there yet. It's taken off slowly. But this chap here worked so hard, and I really want to read a statement out that he put on. And this really thinks I help people that want to either start a business or they want to, encourage their own athletes, or if you're in sports psychology. And this is what he's wrote in BBC News. It's BBC News Sport. It's all about not giving up. I will continue to pursue my dream. I will just continue to train and work extra hard and correct errors and the things I feel I should do better or I would have done better. I think this chap here, I'll read his name again, Hagi Lebusu, from Arizona Cardinals, formerly, has got a growth mindset. And I think that, there's a lot of talk around growth mindset here on LinkedIn. I'm a fan of it and not a fan of it, but I can clearly see from this sports case, this sports story, how it can work. And I think we need to champion that as CEOs, because we know in this recession, as I spoke about today in my newsletter, resilience is so important from a geopolitical perspective. We know that the war in Ukraine is real. Lives have been lost, and companies are having to decide where they lie their business strategy and their geopolitical risk. And it's a bit of a nightmare for CEOs. I understand that. The newsletter is available for you today. It's up on LinkedIn. Have a look at it. It's very detailed. The research is from McKinsey. I put my analysis on there as well. And I'm hoping that you find that useful to you. There's strong recommendations in there from my own research and analysis. Listen, we're going into dark times. The global recession is real. It will get harder. It won't get easier. However, I think what's most important is our mental well-being. And I think that if we can find ways to work together as companies and news brands, I think we stand a better chance of working through not just this winter, but through the future of work as well. So, Keeping it short this evening. I want to keep these news posts down to less than 15 minutes. I'm Stephen Farhi here with you reporting live on LinkedIn. News for you on some of the world's global news and thought leadership. Join me weeknights here. I've moved the timings just because of our workload. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is about as authentic and real as I come. Lots of improvements to do. Hoping to get investment soon or in the future, and get a new studio and really start rolling out some really good news. However, I'm here with you now. I'll be here you every day from Monday to Friday. I need rest at weekends. That's important. Anyway, I've said enough. Thank you for watching. And if you like this news, give some feedback, follow, and listen to more news daily here on LinkedIn Live. Thank you again. I bid you good night. Take care. Bye for now.